Hi, I'm Arlecier West, and welcome to King County at your service. Do you commute on Metro Transit? Did you know there's a whole team in the Sheriff's Department dedicated to keeping transit safe? Let's meet one of the transit resource officers.
Metro Transit Police is a very unique opportunity for our deputies in that they can be a very proactive team in our community, focusing their efforts on the transit system itself.
Hi, I'm Todd Morrell, the Chief of the Metro Transit Police Department. We cover anywhere that transit goes, county line to county line, and even a little beyond. Our mission is Metro. We cannot control or police all of society, but we can make an impact on our system.
I'm Detective Brian Rose with the King County Sheriff's Office. I'm a TRO for Metro Transit Police.
And that's our transit resource officer. What is a transit resource officer? Think of it like a school resource officer. Our police, my deputies, my detectives are exceptionally good at the police thing. Where we had room for growth is what I call the squishy areas, the things that aren't necessarily a police issue, but crossing our arms and doing nothing isn't a tenable resolution either. A lost and found item, getting an ORCA card, how do I go about that?
Our biggest things at the Metro Transit Centers is homeless people, using them for shelter. One of my jobs as a transit resource officer is to provide resources for these individuals. I've got a lot of goodie bags down here at Metro that we disperse through the deputies. We carry them ourselves. They might be in need of water or snack, have that readily available. Socks, mittens, stocking caps, that kind of thing that's all in its own care package. If somebody's really struggling out there, are you hungry? I have something for you. I offer them the services and let them know that, hey, the services that we have available to you are good. There are people that are at these agencies are going to follow up with you.
Everything going good?
Yeah. A transit resource officer is literally the multi-tool of policing. They are literally my jack of all trades. You need help securing fare or reduced fares, our transit resource officers can get you in that right direction. Do you need a referral to behavioral health or maybe some addiction specialties, recovery specialties? Our transit resource officers can do that. To put it somewhat glibly, you are never bothering the police. This is what we are built for. If it affects my customers or affects my colleagues at Metro, it is important to me. You are never burdening us.
One example of where we can be a great visible presence out there is through our Bicycle Emphasis Enforcement Squad. The Bs are our bicycle officers who are going to those high impact areas where there's a lot of crime occurring, being a great visible presence for our transit riders.
I'm partial to downtown because I spent so much time on bikes down there. Our bike team is actually part of an initiative with public health where we are proactively providing Narcan to people suffering from addiction, rather than being in a reactive mode where we show up after the unfortunate event has already occurred.
We're just making sure you're all right.
We are being proactive in handing that out to people that are struggling with those addictions.
On any given day, I'd probably visit them almost every day, if not every other day, just to roll through there and see what's going on, talk to security if security's on hand, talk to drivers.
Just checking in on you guys.
Talk to anybody that may be in need of any services.
Does he want a sticker? There you go.
I like to talk to everybody, make everybody feel warm, that we're out there for them.
Drive safely, okay? All righty.
The morale here is unbelievable. Everybody who's here is happy. If you can be happy, come to work and go home every day, you're in a good spot.
There's some really good news for the water quality in King County. The EPA is making a $500 million commitment to build and modernize wastewater facilities that will help protect against climate change.
Welcome to King County's West Point Treatment Plant, one of the largest facilities of its kind on the West Coast. The $500,000 commitment for clean water infrastructure in King County is testament to President Biden's leadership as an environmental steward. Earning this low-interest loan will save local ratepayers millions and millions of dollars in interest fees. It will help us complete 14 critical infrastructure projects to better protect Puget Sound and to prepare our system for climate impacts.
When you're standing at this facility and you're looking out at the water, it is really crystal clear what it is you're working to protect. And I am just so proud to be able to stand here on this site today and celebrate the work that King County is doing to prepare this facility to continue to operate many, many years into the future.
We will achieve even more for people, for salmon, for the orca, and for all living things that call this remarkable corner of the continent home.
Did you know that the Seattle chapter of the Black Panthers has a huge legacy in Madrona? They actually started a health clinic and a lot more. Check out Metro Transit's Routed in History project.
This place has huge history and it shouldn't be forgotten.
Those are the storytelling moments that I embrace and feel important to steward.
The Routed in History project, these are site-specific spots that had an importance to African American history.
So the Madrona bus stop is dedicated to the Seattle chapter of the Black Panther Party. The first chapter outside of Oakland, the longest running chapter in the country. Leaders who are unsung heroes. Like a lot of times the Panthers have been looked at as being, a negative entity, a negative force, but they did so much. Our federal government has a free breakfast program because of them. That's still a narrative that has to be doubled down on because people don't understand how important that was to be able to feed children in the morning. That came through them. They are the founders of the Carolyn Downs Clinic, which is down the street on Yesler. It's a community health clinic. And Carolyn Downs was also a Panther. And she died at a very young age from breast cancer. And so it's a testament to their understanding of the needs of communities that are left out. And a lot of people felt like their pro-Blackness was racism, and it wasn't. They had a lot of relationships with other communities because their passion was liberation for those who did not have. And that is a story that's not always told. And so to just even have a little corner of being in that room with those amazing leaders, it's the stories, it's the narratives, it's the history that our youth need to know. And for it to be across the street from Madrona, who are the Panthers, it's paying homage as they deserve. They're one of the few chapters that still has a living legacy, that's still giving, hopefully in perpetuity.
It took over 2 decades and a lot of donations, but Auburn's Food Bank has a very spacious new home. It's good news for the whole community.
We had 1,200 square feet down in an apartment complex.
Tight, cramped space and often bumping elbows against each other.
And in order to get anything to come into the warehouse, a lot of heavy lifting, a lot of movement, a lot of parts.
We used to do a lot of fireman's brigade where we'd hand things.
So now with this place, I was so excited the day I drove by and I saw the garage door out here because I was like, yes, we've arrived. Now we can unload right here. The trucks pull up, pallet comes off that lift gate, comes right into the building, and it can roll right into the refrigerator. We're brighter, we're bigger, we're cleaner. It's refreshing to walk through the door.
The whole guest experience now is inside, where previously they sometimes would have to get their fruits and vegetables and bread out in the rain. We give them a grocery cart, and they go through the aisles and they pick the items that they need, and then there's just no cash register at the end.
This right here was the Sports Page Bar and Grill. I kind of inherited this dream of we're going to move someday. Well, 20 years later, and we're still sitting here with someday. So I started driving all over town looking for something, couldn't find, and of course I want bigger. Kept coming over here and looking in the window. Why can't we? And knowing I can't do it alone, I went down to the mayor and said, would you come look at this place with me? Why can't we? An anonymous donor came back with a check for $800,000. So here we are. I know who the person is, and that's all. I can't say thank you enough, you know? Those are too tiny of a word for the generosity that just happened. The people that stepped forward all along the way, and then once that check came in, it was like that flood opened up again, that gate.
But the great thing is we're able to serve a lot more guests. We're right on the bus line. So now we've got an incredible inside warehouse.
We're already full. So that makes it feel really good too, is I never have to worry about, do I have enough anymore? Because I have a lot.
Everybody loves discovering little stores with fun and functional items. How about a hardware store that's been in place for over 100 years? Welcome to Carmichael's in Snoqualmie, which just earned a Historic Preservation Award.
Wendy's really good at plumbing.
I do like plumbing a lot, and Brian's really good at electricity, so we're a really good pair together. Hi there, let us know if we can help.
We're at Carmichael's hardware store in Snoqualmie, and
He's not the talker.
No.
That's why he married me.
Yeah.
Carmichael's has been an institution in Snoqualmie for over 100 years.
This store has a history.
I think it was originally built in 1902 and burnt down 3 or 4 years later and rebuilt, I think, in 1909. It was a general merchandise and grocery. And
It's Wendy and Brian's hardware store now.
Hi there. Let's know if we can help you find something.
Businesses that have such long lives in the community help build that community atmosphere.
Hey, awesome. Thank you. You too. We've gotten to know the people in the community very well. We've become attached to a lot of the people here.
Our favorite thing to say is, we're here because you're here. And the building's here because you're here, right? And I mean, how does preservation happen? You can't do it without the rest of the community. We have fun, festive, functional, sometimes all at once. My favorite thing for people to say when they leave is, I just came for a plunger and I left with all this wonderful stuff I didn't even know I needed. I guess it's a hardware trap. Thank you for coming in.
Thanks for joining us for King County at your service. Check us out online at kingcounty.gov/KCTV. I'm Arlecier West. We'll see you next time.